welcome to another episode of Hytale. I'm DzAngel. Okay, I was thinking, since I've been going out and gathering all this heavy leather, light leather, and medium leather, maybe we should finally upgrade some of our armor. So let's go with a new hat. A new kind of like a chest plate. We already have the gauntlet. So let's go with some new greaves. Oh, I need to go grab some more iron. Am I out of iron? I don't have enough iron. I think I put iron up here in the garden area. I did. Okay, so new greaves. And we will just have enough. Ooh, we're going to cut it really short for an iron shield. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that one in. We can take this one out. Put these on. Nice. I feel so much better. All right, let's go ahead and put them in the salvages workbench. Because we're not going to go back down to copper. Okay, so we got 8 copper ore back and 4 plant. So I was thinking I would like to try and make a waterfall. If I were to can I put, you can't put one in the salvagers? You can that one. So you can put cobblestone in to get stone rubble, but you can't put mossy cobblestone in? Fine. So I was thinking, this little divot that's always been here, I thought, what if we just kind of make this into like a waterfall area, right, you know, somewhere right in here. I'm trying to think, if we put in something like a stair that way. Maybe a regular rock that way. Now, do I know this is going to work? No. Do I want it to work? Sure. I think it would be great. And we can put some rocks down. Oh, we can't put it. Am I too close? There we go. So I'm going to go get my bucket of water and try putting the water in maybe the stair. I'll try the stair. Otherwise, I'll try it off this back wall and see if we can't coax it to come down. All right, let's see what happens. So we'll try it on the stair. And that's as far as it goes. So that's not going to work. What about that way? It won't go that way. Is it probably because of these slabs? Do I have? I do. Okay, so let's just go with solid blocks. And then maybe we can put, you know, like a cobblestone there. All right, let's see. If we put the water that way. Oh, oh. So if we take out that seems a little strong. Let's take the water out again. I mean, it went exactly where we wanted, but it just seems like it's very high in places. So let's try again with some of these divots taken out. Now, how does that look? I think it looks not too bad. So now all I need is to maybe, you know, do some decorating, and we'll see. Although this little raised part here kind of seems a lot. I wonder if it was because of these rocks. Oh, did I? Let's just put it. Yeah, that worked perfect. Okay. All right, so for right now, that looks pretty good. I'm going to work on it a little bit, and I'll bring you back. Aha! Mossy cobblestone. I found it. I knew I seen it somewhere. Gonna grab me some. I guess I'm not gonna grab me some. As soon as you pick it up, it turns into regular stone rubble. Okay, well. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's what I've got going so far. That's kind of what it looks like at night. I kind of want to remove that torch and see how this looks. Not bad. Actually doesn't look too bad. Basically, all I did was replaced a lot of all these blocks with burnt dirt. I found it while caving, and then just added a bunch of plants and things that I had snipped with the crude shears. And then I thought I would go ahead and add some of those glowing mushrooms, and those glowing mushrooms really give it a nice soft ambiance, kind of like a backlit. And then I would add water, take water out, add water, take water out. I make little cubby holes, add it, take it out, and then just kind of let it flow. And that's kind of what it looks like. You'll have to let me know what you think. I'm going to add more foliage to the left. I kind of like it. I don't know why, but I just kind of like it. Yep, I love it. I love the way it looks with the world. I like it at night. I think it's great. And for those of you who are curious about what it looks like during the day, this is what it is in the early morning. I think it looks great still, even during the day. I think this is my new favorite area. What do you think? Comment below. Okay, here I am at the top of one of these structures, and you see this moss that's kind of sitting like this? It's really good for placing on top of bricks or stones or just anything that you want that little extra mossy look for. I was flying around and I found this. It's a natural waterfall that's flowing into a cave. And I thought, this would be great to decorate. You know, I mean, it's got all the Okay, let me show you some of the things that I have gathered. I've got my pickaxe, a shovel, crude shears, bucket of water, leaves that I got off the trees with the shears, oak leaves, shears again, green bushes, shears, everything that you can imagine to add, except for like the berry bushes. You have to get those from the farmer's workshop. But you can get a lot of things with just shears. Just go around and snip them, and it's just amazing. And then I gathered some more mushrooms, different types, and some flowers, of course, and then different types of rubble. And the river reeds, again, you can snip them. And then I got different types of mud, different colors, and different types of rocks. I think this will work for decorating this little waterfall. Jersey Games always says, take images of real life and make it into what you want to see in your game. So here we see all these different kind of waterfalls with all the green, lush plants around. I think exactly like this is how I did my waterfall. Let's try something together. Flying around, I found this waterfall. I think this will be perfect for trying to decorate. Now I'm just going to use the same materials I did from the waterfall I did at my place. There will be nothing different here. All right, we're just going to find where we want to just start and go from there. I'm going to continue using two different shades of dirt just so that it kind of transitions looking like wet dirt, maybe not as wet dirt, you know, like a little bit more dry. Kind of seems more natural that way. All right, let's add some of this moss. Remember that you need to crouch to be able to place it. And we're just going to place it around in different little places. I'm going to try to not put it too close to each other so that it looks a little bit more natural. Okay, let's start adding a little bit of these rubble pieces, you know, like smaller stones. That way we kind of have a little natural feel. We don't want to overdo it. We just want to kind of give everything a little bit more. So I've got the smaller ones, and I've also got those medium-sized ones we can use, just for a variation of height. I think now would be a good time to kind of add a little bit more of dirt in the background. A little less rocky, a little bit more dirt, so we can add more foliage. All right, speaking of foliage, let's go ahead and grab some. Oh, wait, let's not put the dirt back because we might need some of this again in a bit. But let's definitely start grabbing a bunch of things that we might use for decorating around this area. We want it to look as natural as possible, but yet I think we need some beauty too, right? I mean, this is something we want to look at and enjoy. Okay, now that we have some foliage in our pockets, let's go do some decorating. We can make this as natural or unnatural as we want. I mean, it's our waterfall, so let's just do what we want. All right, let's use some of these leaves. Now, the leaves, so you can actually put on rocks, but the other plants, you cannot. See how it's in red? They have to actually be on dirt. So there, yes, it'll work. There it'll work, there it'll work. But anything that's just rock, it will not work. That's the same for all different plants. The leaves are an exception because of the fact that they weren't already from the ground. They were on the tree. So keep that in mind. I'm going to stop talking for a bit and let you just watch me decorate. And if there's things that we need to talk about, I'll be back. So my thought here is, if I'm looking at this in real life and I'm looking through the water at a waterfall, what would I see? And let's make adjustments according to what you would think that you would see if you were really in life looking through this water. Let's add some of these mushrooms because they kind of glow and it kind of gives us that little backlight that's kind of nice, you know, at night, somewhat during the day. I love how the grass sways, like it's seaweed or maybe some kind of underground, you know, plant life. It seems so natural the way it just moves in this water. Don't forget to step back every once in a while and look to see, where could I use more? What could I use less of? Does it look good? I think we're going to try to add some lights to see how this looks. Don't forget, we can add these ones into the water. Plus, you can always hide light in different places. Like you'll see ones that you can see, like this one. And then maybe we can hide some, you know, in the back sides where you might not see them, depending on where you stand and look. Oh, this doesn't work here. Okay. Well, we'll just keep adding different things. And I'm just going to put down various different lights that we have so that you can kind of pick and choose what you think would look good and what, you know, you would use in your build. And maybe which ones you think, oh, that's just awful, and you won't. I think adding really, you know, does something for this. Kind of, I don't know, gives it that unique look. Okay, I'm going to sit here until it's dark so we can see what it looks like at nighttime. Okay, it's gotten dark and we can kind of see how this looks. What do you think? Are there things that you would change? Things that you would do differently? Things you would add? Things you would subtract? Remember, this is your world. This is your build. There are no wrong choices. Well, that's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. And remember to be someone you yourself can admire. Until the next time, goodbye and have a great day.